Hey.
Hi.
I'm looking for my coffee. This is real life. We're looking for our glasses.
Oh, back
there
there.
it is.
Oh, there's my glasses.
So this is real life. This is, we're up and Adam
Yes.
today and we're having our coffee and we are doing this cooking show. So
Yep.
this is Black Watch coffee. This is really good stuff. Anyway, Sasquatch.
Oh, like a Black Rifle
Black Rifle.
coffee
Black
company,
Watch.
and they got this. This is so cool. It's Sasquatch with the machine guns.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah. So welcome to
2D oven.
2D oven.
So
And the reason why we call it 2D oven, maybe to the 2D kitchen.
Oh, 2D
hey,
kitchen.
because we're gonna do more than oven cooking. But my name's Diana.
And I'm Debbie.
So 2Ds, get it?
Yeah,
So great.
So here we are. We decided we're going to make something really healthy today, and it is very hearty and very filling, and we're kind of excited about this to share with you.
Yes.
So, and you might hear the dog in the background because she needs to go out. So this is real life. This is real cooking. You know,
Yeah, it's like welcome
This
to
is our-
the kitchen.
the home.
Welcome to our home. Welcome. So we're excited because who doesn't like pizza?
Mhm.
And this is a alternative to pizza that you might get from like one of the pizza chains, and you're trying to eat healthy. So this, like, your family's going to order some pizza. This is a great quick fix for you to do, and you can even do it ahead of time, right?
Mhm.
Yes, you can do it ahead of time. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to let Deborah take the lead on this because she has made this several times before. So I'm just going to kind of go along and follow what
She's
she
going to
does.
help. I'm going to. But so we need a pound of. We usually use 99% fat-free chicken or turkey, or it's ground. And so here it is. We kind of prepared a little bit beforehand.
And how much are we doing in here?
Okay, so this is 1 pound.
Okay.
1 pound of the ground turkey or ground chicken, 99% fat-free. That'll keep the calories, that'll keep the fat down and stuff. And for our program, because this is 99% fat-free, we can have creamer for our coffee, which this is what I do. So anyway, so here we go. This is this. Now need 1 egg, and thankfully I have never in my life opened a rotten egg, and I'm hoping to not do that today. So I'm gonna put it in. We'll see. But anyway, no shells or anything like that.
Now I have an idea also, is that you could probably use for the meat, if you're not wanting to do turkey or chicken, you could use the hamburger, but you want to use the less fat. So they have hamburger that's like 98, 97, something like that. So it's kind of like that fat ratio thing. So you can do that also. And for those who, because think about, this isn't the meat for the topping.
Mhm.
This is actually going to be
The base. Yeah.
Awesome.
And I'm thinking about that. We probably use like venison or wagyu or something. Wagyu, I don't know how to say that, but
Yeah.
anyway, to use something like that instead. But yeah, you could change it up so it's not always the same thing. So we're going to need 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese.
And just be creative with it. I mean, try it out and let us know. And we're excited because, like, if you have something that you're interested in, that was the Parmesan. If you're interested in making and you're thinking, man, I really love this recipe, but I want to make it healthier, let us know, because we probably have a recipe. We do have a recipe converter that can help out with that, but we would love to try it out ourselves to see if we can make it more lean and more healthy for you.
Right. And you know what? This just reminded me. Guess what we're doing today? It's November 3rd.
Yes.
Right? Christmas. So we're going to have that in the background playing because we're kind of excited about Christmas.
Yeah, with Christmas music. Christmas music is my favorite.
Yes. So you're going to do a half a teaspoon of the Italian seasoning, and that's only a quarter because I couldn't find my half teaspoon. I have my favorites. So this one, I don't know if you can see this. This was burnt, but it's one of my favorite spoons, and I always know it's the teaspoon because it was the burnt one. And I want to get rid of it. You know, you have your favorite things, but anyway.
Heck yeah. So we've got that. So what do we do now?
So now we mix this up. Now, normally I wouldn't use a spoon. I would use my hands, which I'm probably going to end up doing anyway. But I'm trying to be sanitary and clean and stuff like that. But in the meantime, I'm going to go wash my hands, and I'm going to have Diana get the pan ready with parchment paper. So the parchment is in the drawer right there.
All right.
And here's the pan.
Why did you use parchment instead of wax paper?
Because you can cook with parchment paper, and we're going to spray it just a little bit, but yeah. So.
That's a good deal right there. Now, we're going to put parchment down in the. Now, I'm thinking why we don't use wax paper, hence the word wax. So
I don't think you're supposed to bake with it.
yeah, I think because it has wax in it. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Right
sorry.
there. No, that's okay.
Wrong drawer.
Look in the cabinet. We're fine. You know.
This one right here.
Yeah.
The
So
joy.
just
Baker's joy. But you can they have all kinds of different. Okay. Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna take my ring off because you don't want to get it all in there. I'll have to clean my ring off.
So Christmas music is a tradition in our family. Like we start Christmas music early.
I'm gonna go cough because
The spray came up. Yeah. So yeah, it's a tradition. We start early listening to Christmas music. And I think my favorite is like the old school Frank Sinatra type Christmas music, White Christmas, things like that. I love those. But there's also Silent Night.
the Carpenters.
Oh yeah, this is a big one. Yes. So yeah, so for those of you who love Christmas music, you're gonna love it. For those of you who are like, I don't want to hear it until Christmas, sorry.
And another thing, we might break out in song, just saying. So I make a joyful noise, and Diana knows how to sing, and she sings beautifully. So hopefully she'll just override my lovely.
She's so funny. So great.
So we mix this up,
Mhm.
and now we're gonna put it onto our ready-made sprayed parchment paper. So
Awesome.
I'm going to move it closer to us. I have this ready for the next part of it, because we have to cook this for 20 minutes in an oven that's 400 degrees, which we have preheated right now.
Okay. And what's the like? What are we looking at in regards?
Probably
to
about a
that?
1/4 inch
Okay.
height, and you just kind of make it into a round of how you would normally do a pizza dough. But again, I don't know about you, but I have had issues with gluten, and it's weird. For whatever reason, it makes my body feel weird, especially my eyes. And I know that's a weird, it's a weird symptom, but anytime I have like high carbs or something, and I don't know if it has to do with my thyroid or not having a thyroid. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, this is good for protein. So like if you are on a carb keto, we're on a program called Optavia. This is a really excellent source of protein because you have the cheese, you have the egg, you have the meat itself, and it's leaner meat. So definitely a great alternative to the pizza dough. Now there is cauliflower crust, like some people use cauliflower crust, but this is just, to me, it's more heartier. Now remember, when you do this, it is going to shrink down a bit. So this is what it looks like.
This is what it looks like. You make it round, and this is 2 servings. And let me tell you, if you try to eat this whole thing, I had one of my clients tried to eat the whole thing, and they were like, "This was so much," and I said, "Because it was 2 servings, not one. You can't sit in the sitting. I mean, this is a pound of meat." So
yeah, that's pretty much hearty.
I'm gonna put this in the oven and cook it for 20 minutes, and I'll be right back.
So I'm going to turn this down a little bit. just because she's singing a little bit louder.
Hey, check it out.
Ta-da!
Look at that, 20 minutes, went just like that.
Yes, how awesome.
So I think I ended up cooking this a little bit too long, so it kind of shrunk a little bit too much, but that's okay, still in there. This one will be a lot better. And actually I'm gonna put the timer on because I will forget to get it in 4 minutes.
There has been so many times that I have forgotten to put the timer on and I'm sitting or I'm doing something, watching TV or something, binge watching, no, I'm just kidding. And all of a sudden I start smelling something and it doesn't smell so good. So there have been times that I have burned some things.
I never do that.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so
Next
I'm
step.
gonna show you this stuff. So this is from Maine. I don't know if you can see it. It's called Boves. And it's this little place in a little manufacturer in Maine. But I ended up, when I was visiting home, I got this. My friend was telling me, it only has, for a half a cup, it has 60 calories, 3.5 grams of fat, and 9 carbs. But because we're going to only use a half a cup for the whole thing, we're only getting half of that. So it's only 30 calories. And I mean, just,
excellent.
the fat and the carbs and stuff like that are less. And anyway, you can also use Raos, which is RAOS. You can get that at Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, I think Sam's Club or Costco, but some of those places sell it, whatever your area is. But just look for the ones that are under 5. So under 5 grams of fat and under 5 grams of carbs. Those are the ones that are going to be better for you. And normally a serving is a half of a cup. So again, if you do under 5, that scared me. If you do under 5, so if it's, say, again, it's 9 carbs, but you're only doing half, it's only going to be 4.5. So anyway, you try to keep it less. And this one doesn't have any sugar, I don't believe, in it. And you just look for a sauce that it's good for you. So
So we're doing half a cup.
Half a cup.
All right. So what do we got?
And here's the cups. And with this, we're going to end up putting this back into the oven for 7 to 10 minutes, so that the cheese, spreads. And
This really, I'm a smeller. This really smells good.
It is. It's a really a great sauce. But and another thing, you could put in the comments some of the sauces that you've tried that have been very, very tasty, and something that we could try here.
I have a friend who makes her own sauce. Her name is Ruth, and her name actually means good friend, like great friend.
Oh,
but she is, but she makes an amazing sauce herself. She has a lot of great recipes, and she does more of the Asian fusion. So she can really hook it up. All right, there we go. So half a cup of the sauce, and then
we're gonna do a half a cup of another measuring cup. Half a cup of, this is 2% reduced fat, 2% mozzarella. Now you can also use like a light shredded blend. We're just using mozzarella. You can use any other cheese if you want to do a blend or something. Like they have Mexican that's at 2% too.
Yeah.
I mean, you can change it up to just make it what you.
Yep, you sure can. And mind you, we wouldn't use this many cups if, because when you're at home, you just run stuff out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure that we get our allotted amount of cheese. Because cheese is good. And fortunately, there you go, can't go wrong. All right, so we're gonna spread that over this and try to get it in as many places as possible. All right, so that's looking great. Now, you can also add, we're doing tomatoes, but you can also add mushrooms. It's kind of like your topping. And this is great for kids, for kids to do. You can get them to participate in it, and also for them to add their own toppings, like turkey. You could do turkey, pepperoni kind of thing.
Can do
with
that.
turkey. You can do mushrooms, onions. Let's see, what would be another great, I don't know why I cut it like that. Another great topping, which I love olives. Oh, gosh, I love olives. You can do feta cheese. They have a fat-free feta actually. You can do feta to add. Some people like to do, there we go. So here we go. Some people like to do, like one of my favorite toppings, which is kind of crazy, is, I'm sorry, I had it like, I'm watching her do that, and I'm like, what? One of my favorite toppings is pineapple. Now, mind you, pineapple is higher because it has the sugars. So I wouldn't suggest if you're trying to stay low carb that you would use pineapple, but that is like one of my favorite toppings to put on a pizza. You know what else is too? Is jalapenos.
Oh, I have some of those too.
Yeah.
This is, and we could put this, for our program, I'm just gonna, she was talking about that. The recipe will be in the comments because, this will be your full,
What we call lean and green.
lean and green,
Yeah.
sorry. They're singing, I think it's, the Muppets. Sorry, and I heard animal, so. Sorry, distracted me, but yes, and so the full lean and green, and we're gonna pop this in the oven for 7 to 10 minutes. Make sure the cheese is all done and everything, and then we're gonna put 1/4 cup of basil, fresh basil on top of it. I think it's 1/4 cup.
Basil smells so good and it tastes so good.
I have some out on my porch.
Yes.
That's
Garden basil.
They're cooking. No, they're I grew it myself. Actually, I got it from this cute little farmer's market over in Portsmouth. We took the ship over in Virginia,
nice.
and this lady was selling it. She was so sweet, and so I got my basil from there. So I'm kind of excited to use it now.
That's cool. I did actual garden. I am a plant killer, unfortunately.
Aww.
And so this year I decided, so that's going to the oven, that I was going to do a little herb garden. So I have basil, I have rosemary, and I have like a sage, and they did excellent. They're still going actually right now.
See, then you're a plant liver.
Now I'm a plant liver. But yeah, right. But herbs are really easy, and herbs you can do in or outdoor. So that's a really great thing. And having it and using your own herbs is the best.
Yes. Yeah.
We did do tomatoes this year too, which really
They
thrived.
looked really good.
Yeah, they really thrived. So my husband's really good at that. So he loves the little bit of the gardening thing. But yeah, I just tried it out this year and it was great. Yeah, it's just been a really wild time in regards to, what's been going on, and like people talk about shortages and things like that. And I'm thinking, that encouraged me to want to do more at home in regards to gardening. And it's some people they're really good at it, and it's almost like a soothing thing for people. Just to get out there and get in the garden and do that kind of stuff. I'm not that big into gardening. I like the little pots. I can deal with that. So.
You know what, for me, I absolutely love to see plants thrive, because how amazing that from this little tiny seed, something grows that big. And I don't know, it's just God showing just fruitfulness. And I just, sometimes I think he's showing off, which I just absolutely love, because just this tiny seed will create. And I had done a live, and these plants, they're canna lilies, and they're supposed to be, my friend had them and they were only supposed to be 3 feet high. These plants are over 6 feet high, and they have now taken the scenery from my front, for my son's front porch, and you can't hardly see over it and stuff. And I just think the thriving of having good soil and the sunshine and the water, and how God just created plants to do that. And I don't know, it's just such a beautiful thing. And I don't know. I just love it. I'm a gardener, and my son, because we're living with him right now, he said for this year I couldn't have a garden because he was just moving in and there was just a lot of stuff going on. And I said, okay, I honored him and everything, but I made these plants, and now he's like, there's too many plants out front. They have multiplied. They have multiplied, but I don't know. I just love how God just just all the plants and the green, and I pray over them.
I mean, I remember my mom was what you would call like a green thumb person, and she talked to her plants. And there's this really interesting video of this gentleman who did this experiment, and I'm not going to attempt to say his name because I know
Dr. Emoto.
There you go. And so he did this experiment where he did it with rice, but I've seen it done with plants, where they have taken the plants, and at one plant they talk to and say nice things to. So you're a great plant, I love you, just things like that, encouragement. And then the next plant they would just talk ugly to. And he did like little cups of water with rice in it. And so then the other one he would say, ugly things to and talk down to, and the other one he would completely ignore. And it was really interesting. And we can share the link. We could actually share that link to the video, because it just amazed me how the one that he talked, and we actually did it as an experiment at my house with my son, my oldest, and we talked to it, and there was a sweet fragrance that came from that particular jar with that rice in it that he talked to and loved on. It just came with the sweet aroma, and you could see it. The coloring of it was beautiful. The one that he talked ugly to and said negative things to, that particular one it was rancid looking, it smelt. But what really impacted me was the one he ignored. The one he ignored literally rotted. And that's so interesting how just in that experiment, and he was talking about children, but even with one another, when we speak life into one another, as opposed to saying negative things and looking at the negative, judging one another, condemning one another, that creates in us, in that person that we're talking to. Just think about if it happens with rice, how it happens to us individually. And then the fact of ignoring caused the rotting, just the complete rot. It was black in that jar. And just to think of that, like how when a person's ignored, how they don't feel valued, how they don't feel seen or feel like they have a voice. And so it's so important for us, as individuals, to take on the mindset of speaking life to people and loving on people right where they're at. Because God loves us, and his love is so great for us. In the word, it talks about his love never fails. His love is always constant. It never ends. It's not going to go away. Like, you can go as far as you can from love, but his love will always be there. And so it's just in that, just like receiving and getting his love from him and then pouring that back out on other people. I mean, think about it. Like when you're out somewhere and you're in the hustle and bustle, and somebody says hi, or have a good day, or hey, how are you doing, or I like your hair, or you look great. I mean, it just makes you smile.
To you, right?
And you just feel encouraged that day. Or somebody tells you, hey, you're doing a great job, or I just appreciate you for you, not what you can give me, but for you. Then it's like that. It's like that grows in your heart, and it makes you feel good, and not just the feeling, but you have joy. And think about how that passes on. When you feel that, then you say it to the next person.
Right. Pay it forward. Yeah. And the second command talks about loving your neighbor as yourself. And, how much do we, you just sometimes just need that affirmation. You just wonder if you're, doing a good job. Not that it's about works or anything, but it's just, sometimes if you're by yourself, and with being in quarantine and all of the stuff that happened last year, people just need people. And just to, to call a friend, or to, the interactions weren't there or anything like that, but going out and speaking life and love to people. And, I want to be that white rice that's fragrant, and, and just to be able to hand a little bit of that rice to somebody, and, and they in turn can do it. And I think it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. put my ring back on when I forget it.
That's amazing. And I think it's such a wonderful gift that we have to give to other people. And just like this, cooking and spending time with one another and sharing our heart with one another and like making something for someone. It's so simple as that. Like, I was thinking about that, like when you step outside of your own comfort zone kind of thing. And, it's not so much about the monetary thing, but it's more about what we put our heart into, like making this pizza. I mean, it's just a pizza, but when we're making it and we're doing it together, yeah, it is. And we're doing it, in love, and then we share it. I mean, how great is that? How great is that to do for other people? Just taking these recipes and making them for ourselves is great because we're doing great for us. But then when we share them with others, just how that spreads God's love, just in that little simple act of kindness, and he's kind. I mean, he has such kindness, and that's who we are, being kind and gentle and loving one another through things. So yeah, that's just sharing our heart.
Yeah.
Sharing our heart.
And you know what? And sometimes people just need that. Even if I ended up just being aware of people around us and stuff, and even just texting friends, God would put someone on our heart, and just texting them, they're like, oh, you were thinking of me, like, I don't know, it just gives you a good, it's not about feelings, but it gives you a good feeling that somebody, is caring and is thinking about you. And this different seasons that we're in, you just need that affirmation, I guess. And I'm going to take the pizza out that's cooked because it is ready. We're still waiting for the other one. And Diana's going to get to take this home to her family. So this will be really good. So we're going to have the one that I made, and then she's going to make one for her family. So this will be really good. So
awesome. So we're going to take the pizza out. It looks amazing. And I know it's going to taste great. I know it. This is so cool. So we decided to do this kind of cooking show just because we felt like, oh my gosh, that's great.
My mother-in-law made these, aren't they cute? Anyway, and this one too.
My
This one has a
gosh.
stain on it, but anyway, here's the egg.
Who came first, the chicken or the egg? You know what I mean? Oh, that is so great. So there we go. So yeah, look at that. That's amazing. That's beautiful.
So it smells. I'm gonna have Diana talk for a minute. I'm gonna go out on my porch and get some basil.
So yes, so we decided to do a little cooking show because we wanted to share the recipes with other people, but we also wanted to share our heart. The talk's working. We wanted to share our heart and just to interact and have community with one another. I know we're doing this one on Zoom. We would love to start doing more of a live thing or inviting on Zoom and having people join in and kind of talking back and forth and just being interactive with one another. And we would love to know like what some of your favorite recipes are, what kind of what you have on your heart, what you want to share. We're going to be supporting local businesses. So, and what I mean by that is like the smaller businesses. So you'll start seeing us do that too. And so if you have, if you're local and you're interested, we will start opening up where we're going to invite people on and kind of have cooking with each other. Oh, look at this. Check out this basil. It looks great. And it smells I know, I wish it was like smell-o-vision, scratch and sniff, because this is a great smell.
Oh, hold on just 1 second. That, see, it's real life.
Yes.
It's real life happening.
Definitely.
So I am just putting a little bit of basil and stuff. And yeah, this is really good. So this is what it looks like. This is the finished product.
Yes.
And
can you see that? I'm going to push the thing down a little bit so you can see it, because look how great that is.
Oh, and this is, whoops, there we go.
Smell-o-vision. It looks awesome.
So here we
And
go.
look how simple that is. I mean, really, it's just the cook time. And it's not that long. And this can be prepared ahead of time. You know, you can do it prepared ahead of time. Oh, there we go.
There we go. So we're going to be able to have our little pieces of, like I said, I cooked it a little bit too long. Now, I don't know about you, but so this would normally be 2 pieces or whatever. I like to cut mine in half because I feel like I'm having more.
That is a great idea. Because think about it. I mean, in our everyday,
Mhm.
when we have something sitting in front of us, when it's cut in a smaller portion and we're eating it, we feel more fulfilled.
Mhm.
So,
So
yeah,
there
that
we
looks
go.
great.
Yes. So each piece has basil.
I know. Of course, we are going to do one on a dessert
Yes. There we go.
because we want to have our cake and eat it too.
Mhm. I'm gonna
Look
grab-
at this.
I'm gonna grab a plate.
I just want you guys to see that. I mean, that is so,
There's a plate for you.
and thank you. And look at this. Look how, that's a nice size. I mean, really. That really is. And it's very hearty feeling. Like
It
when you
is.
hold it, it feels like it's crust.
Mhm. So here you go.
And so we say salud,
Yes.
bon appetit,
Yeah.
mange.
Enjoy. Enjoy.
Oh my goodness. Mm,
Mhm. Mhm.
that is so good.
Mhm. So we're going to enjoy
Mhm.
the rest of our pizza, and we hope you have a great rest of your day. And we'll be back on with some desserts. And again, list anything that you'd like us to do for the holidays that are healthy. We have plenty of recipes, and so we're excited to share them with you.
Yes.
All
Have a
right.
great day.
Take care.
Thanks for visiting. Mm. The basil is amazing.
And